Stars in search of the answers for God and life. Distant planets, have your faith in the ever after. What each of us holds inside the map to the labyrinth. Heaven's here on earth. We are the spirit, the collective conscience. We create the pain and the suffering and the beauty in this world. Heaven's here on earth. In our faith in humankind, in our respect for what is earthly, in our unfaltering belief in peace and love and understanding. I've seen and met angels wearing the disguise. Ordinary people leading ordinary lives, filled with love, compassion, forgiveness, and sacrifice. Heaven's in our hearts, in our faith in humankind, in our respect for what is earthly, in our unfaltering belief in peace and love and understanding. Look around, believe in what you see. Kingdom is at hand, promised land is at your feet. Can and will become when we aspire to be. If heaven's here on earth, if we have faith in humankind and respect for what is earthly, and an unfaltering belief, the truth is divinity. And heaven's here on earth. I've seen spirits, I've met angels, touched creations, beautiful and wondrous. I've been places where I question all I think I know. I believe, I believe, I believe this could be heaven. We are born inside the gates with the power to create life and to take it away. The world is our temple, the world is our church. Heaven's here on earth. If we have faith in humankind and respect for what is earthly, and an unfaltering belief in peace and love and understanding, this could be heaven here on earth.
I love Tracy Chapman and I love that song. Good morning. Welcome to All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Susan Caldwell. I'm the Director of Religious Education here. Our minister, the Reverend Barbara Jarrell, has an out-of-town guest preaching gig this morning, and she's actually going to be going on sabbatical for a few weeks from this point on, so I think about 6 weeks. So we have some wonderful services planned. Next week we'll have a member reflection that is still in the works, but one of the members that has agreed to reflect is a woman named Lily Daigle that some of you probably know, and some of you may never have met, even though she's been a faithful member of this church for years. She comes when she can, and we're either going to have her with us in person or via Zoom. We're still working that out, but Lily and the other two yet to be announced are going to talk to us about how their liberal religious values have continued to inform and enrich their lives over the years. They've all been involved with Unitarian Universalism for quite some time. So whether you're here with us in the sanctuary or joining us via Facebook Live, we welcome you to All Souls, and we're very glad you're here. Whatever your age, your race, sexual orientation, gender identity, background, your faith path, your politics, if you are in alignment with the values of Unitarian Universalism and you want to worship with us, you are welcome. We bring together under this roof and in our virtual congregation a diversity of belief and theology. And so what unites us is not a common creed, not a common belief, but a covenant, the promises that we make to each other for the way that we will be together in community, the way that we will listen and learn from each other, and the way that we will work together to build a better world. I believe our board person of the day, Ernie Calger, has some announcements.
I'd like to welcome you to this morning, this rainy morning, huh? So it's really nice to be in here, to be together again this week. We have World Religion Today is this afternoon at the Highland Center from 2 to 5. If you're interested in coming to that, there'll be booths there on different religions and people to talk about those, discuss that. The Volunteer of the Month is Barbara Dager, and we'll go to that. They give away the plate, which is anything that's put in the plate each Sunday that's not marked as a pledge, is set for the New Orleans New Year's Day Tragedy Fund, which is set up by the New Orleans Foundation. And we have a sitting Buddhist meditation weekly that you can find, led by Larry Andros. And then we have a lot of other activities. Some of them have been scrolling on the TV that we have over here. And do we have any other announcements from anybody?
Yes.
When is that?
Next week, February 2nd.
Good, okay. So the congregational meeting, so we need you here, right? Yeah, to vote on things. We got the budget coming. So thank you for coming this morning.
That's right. So if you have not made your pledge, if you would like to know more about making a pledge to support the church, I'm going to be blasting out of here pretty quick to get to World Religion Day, but you can talk to our board president, Sally Wood. She's here. You can talk to Bennett Upton. You can talk to a lot of different people here, can tell you what it means to them to support this church. Also, I do want to thank Reverend Joy Walker, who was our guest speaker today. Yay. Joy was minister at the Unity Church here in town and then left for a job, I think, with another congregation and with the Unity National denomination, and then retired and has come back here and has chosen to be with us. And that's a privilege that we don't take for granted. And so we look forward to her message this morning. So I'll ask you now to join me in the spirit of worship. Take a deep breath and let yourself settle into the pew. And let your shoulders just kind of relax down from your ears. We are called to worship this morning with words from a novel called Orbital by Samantha Harvey. It's about a crew on the International Space Station. At first, they are drawn to the views at night. At night, they can point to home. There's Seattle, Osaka, London, Bologna, St. Petersburg, and Moscow. The night's electric excess takes their breath. The spread of life, the way the planet proclaims to the abyss, there is something and someone here. And how for all of that, a sense of friendliness and peace prevails. Since even at night, there is only one man-made border in the whole world, a long train of lights between Pakistan and India. That's all civilization has to show for its divisions, and by day, even that is gone. After a week or so of city awe, the senses begin to broaden and deepen, and it's the daytime Earth they come to love. It's the humanless simplicity of land and sea, the way the planet seems to breathe an animal into itself. And then come the discrepancies and the gaps. They were warned in their training about the problem of dissonance, about what would happen with this repeated exposure to the seamless Earth. You will see, they were told, its fullness, its absence of borders except those between land and sea. You will see no countries, just a rolling, indivisible globe which knows no possibility of separation, let alone war. And you'll feel yourself pulled in two directions at once. Exhilaration, anxiety, rapture, depression, tenderness, anger, hope, despair. Because of course you know that wars abound and borders are something that people will kill and die for. But before long, a desire takes hold. It's the desire, no, the need, fueled by fervor, to protect this huge yet tiny Earth, this thing of such miraculous and bizarre loveliness, so unmistakably home. A suspended jewel so shockingly bright, can humans not find peace with one another and with the Earth? It's not a fond wish, but a fretful demand. And yet they hear the news and they've lived their lives, and their hope does not make them naive. They are humans with a godly view. And that's the blessing and also the curse. And so today, even with our feet planted on solid ground, may we aspire to be humans with a godly view, truly seeing and hearing each other across the barriers of human making. Would someone like to help me with the chalice lighting this morning? What a good group. I'm loving the pants. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together, with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other. Thank you. Come and light here. This chalice we light today is a symbol of our faith. It binds us together as one people, a reminder that our strength is in our shared hope for the world and that our common work is the creation of beloved community among ourselves and in the world. Will you rise in body or spirit? And as you are willing, join with me in the unison affirmation. The words will be on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. If you'll join us in singing This Is My Song, a familiar tune by John Sibelius and words by Lloyd Stone. Words will be on the screen. If you want the hymnal, it's 159 in the gray one.
This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and mine. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my hopes, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with hopes and dreams as true and high as mine. My country's skies are bluer than the ocean, and sunlight beams on clover leaf and pine. But other lands have sunlight too and clover, and skies are everywhere as blue as mine. Oh, hear my song, thou God of all the nations, a song of peace for their land, for mine.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob, Gail, and Sally, for helping lead our singing this morning. Yeah. And speaking of singing, we haven't done this in a while. So I wanted to just remind you of a song. I think it's a fitting song for today. In fact, I've sung it at World Religion Day before. It's a song called Draw the Circle Wide. And I haven't put any words on the screen because it's just it's a call and response. So you just sing after me. Draw the circle wide. Draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone. Let this be our song. No one stands alone. Standing side by side. Standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Okay, let's do the same thing again, except this time I'm going to hold my note, and then you hold your note when you get to the end of a phrase, and we'll do that back and forth, and it'll be kind of cool. Trust me. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone. It's kind of a long one. standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Now, let's just do it all together without the repeats, but just all of us singing together. You ready? Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. And that's what we hope to do here. We hope to draw our circle wider and wider every day till there's a wonderful poem by Marge Piercy, and I don't have it memorized. That should be a task for me. But it's about, we can say we, and every day we mean one more. And so I like to think about that song in that regard. Let's send the children and youth to their class. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. For our time of meditation this morning, I want to read to you these words of Rebecca Savage. And after the reading and a time of silence, there will be a time to come forward in silence and light a candle for a joy or a concern that is on your heart. And that time is open to all. And I realize that often we start into that and don't explain what it's about. And so I wanted to make sure that you know, whether you want to light a candle or not, it's certainly not required, but that you are welcome to be a part of that. Spirit of life, eternal mystery that holds us close, receive the meditations of our hearts this day. We come together in this quiet moment to unify our hearts again toward the clarion call of our time. May justice and equity guide us to great connection, a greater truth. Our part is just as great, to approach dismantling systems of oppression within us in order for all of us to be free. To know that when I cherish and tend to the divine spark within me, when I know in my bones that I am worthy of love and whole just as I am, that there is greater potential for mutual understanding and care. Love is not scarce. Our ability to extend compassion and grace sometimes can be. I place my hand over my heart, and I know that I can feel the spirit of life within me. I invite you to place your hand over your heart and feel the spirit of life within you. The spirit of life is divine within us. The spirit of life is here. This is the beginning of justice and equity when we go within in order to be of service in our communities and in our world. May it be so, and may we take this with us into the silence. Joy, take it away. Music. Music, that's right. Thank you. Play the video.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City. Look mighty pretty, you'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Want you to get hip to this timely tip when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Want you get hip to this timely tip when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Good morning. It is my belief that there is only one presence and one power in the universe: God, the good omnipotent. I call this presence by many names: Source, Creator, Infinite Intelligence, Spirit, Father, Mother, first cause, ultimate reality, the divine, consciousness energy. Richard Rohr, a well-known Catholic priest, says that, quote, God is love that transcends all religious and cultural boundaries. And I say, that divine spark, whatever name we may give it, is in each of us. The name we give it is not important because this present is omnipotent, meaning all power. Omnipresent, meaning everywhere present. Omniscient, meaning all knowledge. You and I cannot begin to define this presence. We can only identify attributes such as goodness and love, kindness, compassion, peace, joy. So, what is the true and right path to this entity? In the 1940s, most travel in this country was by car. Families would pack up their car with luggage on top, children and pets inside, and travel long distances to see their loved ones or to go on vacation. In 1948, Bobby Troup, an actor and jazz pianist, wrote a very popular rhythm and blues song entitled Route 66. You just heard it sung by Nat King Cole. This song promised that if you were traveling from east to west and wanted the highway that was the best, you could get your kicks on Route 66. Now, we know there are many paths, many routes from east to west, but we love this song. We loved it so much that many people would just take off to go on Route 66, just for the kicks. This was the route from east to west. So today, I would like to ask you once more, what is the best route to the divine? Marianne Williamson, quoting Prophet Muhammad, said, and I quote, "There are as many paths to God as there are to human breaths." And that's about right. In fact, there are around 10,000 distinct religions in the world today. 10,000. And this afternoon, we will go to the Highland Center on Olive Street, where many faiths will be gathered, each one claiming to be the way, the Route 66. When I think back to my childhood, and I would venture to say that chances are as children, we all took on the faith of our parents. My parents were Baptists. Not just any Baptists, they were missionary Baptists. In my neighborhood, there were missionary Baptists and primitive Baptists and free will Baptists and Southern Baptists and Cumberland Baptists. And up north, there were the North American Baptists. Now, as a child, I was taught that Baptists was the only ones that were right. In my grade school, I discovered there were also Methodists and Presbyterians and Episcopalians and Catholics. On Sunday, the Jehovah's Witnesses would knock on the door just as we were getting ready to go to church. They came to share their magazine and tracts. My father, a deacon in our church, would go to the door and say, "I'll take yours if you take some of mine." And they would exchange those little leaflets and talk until my father could find a way to close the dialogue. I felt so sorry for all the religions who had missed the mark, meaning that they had not confessed Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior and had not been baptized in a pool of water. The poor souls were going to burn in hell forever. I learned about the Jewish faith from my Sunday school class, but it was not until I reached college that I found Hindus and Buddhists and Muslims and Zoroasters and so many other faiths. More poor, lost souls. And I thought, how sad. So, I married a young minister from the Christian church, Disciples of Christ. And I knew right away that as a disciple of Jesus Christ, I was right up there with John and Peter and Matthews and Phillips and Thomas and Bartholomew and all the others. I was saved by the blood of Jesus. But in mid-1980s, I had a big spiritual awakening. I found myself in the Unity Church, a positive path for spiritual living, and everything changed. I began meditating daily, listening carefully to that still, small voice. I was led by Spirit to understand that we are all one. One with each other and one with the divine. I was directed by my inner presence to many, many books on different spiritual paths. On the screen now, you'll see a list of some of the authors in alphabetical order. I engaged in extensive research and was made to make known that planet Earth is like a classroom. We came to learn love for all sentient beings, that is, all human persons and all animals. The more we give love, the more we will receive love. Love can be disguised in so many ways. It can be joy, it can be peace, it can be compassion, laughter, caring, delight, spontaneity. Love can be giving, receiving, even listening. Here are a few more authors on the screen. In the mid-1990s, I became a licensed Unity teacher and served as spiritual leader for 2 churches. In 2008, I completed seminary and became an ordained Unity minister. Here's my last list of authors. There are too many for me to put them all on the screen, but I'm sharing 3 screens with you of authors. But what I like for you to know is this. During my 20-year sojourn in the wilderness, so to speak, I learned that the ultimate, which is expressed in different ways, in different traditions, is entirely beyond human conception. Not only in words, but we don't even have adequate concepts to express this entity. But I want you to know, this reality is real. I learned that God is not part of the universe. God is the ground of the universe. That religions are all right. That each one has the authentic path to the ultimate which they follow and which can lead to their ultimate good. I learned that an inner transformation is experienced in all traditions. All are valid paths to God. That there is good in all faiths. In truth, it's not the religious path that we claim, but how we live our life. Life is good. There is no hell. All we have to do is follow the laws of the universe, which will not change for any of us. Gravity will always abound. 2 + 2 will always equal 4. And we will reap what we sow, meaning that good begets good and evil begets evil. Some faiths call this karma. Others call this the law of cause and effect. It simply means that we are responsible for our own lives. God does not bring evil. God does not punish. God is only good. What we think, believe, and talk about becomes our experience. A quote that is often used by some people is, "Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind." Or another one is, "What we think about, we bring about." So I've come to honor all faiths, traditions, without judgment. And I work diligently, still meditating daily, to maintain my relationship with the God of my being. In 2009, I attended my first Parliament of the World's Religion in Melbourne, Australia. I attended the next one in 2015 in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the third one in 2018 in Toronto, Canada. Is there anyone here in the audience who've ever gone to the World's Parliament of Religions? Anyone? You really want to? Yes, yes. Yeah. I was unable to attend the Parliament in 2023 in Chicago. The Parliament began in 1893 to create a global dialogue of faith. It was incorporated in 1987 with the headquarters now being in Chicago, Illinois. And the Board of Trustees for the Parliament comes from various faith traditions. All religious faiths are welcome to be part of this experience. At the Parliament, there are beautiful booths and workshops and high-profile speakers. There are books and banners and clothes and gifts and CDs and DVDs and paraphernalias of all kinds, delicious food and variety of activities. This experience is awesome. It is awesome. You feel so evolved spiritually. The attendance ranges from 6,000 people to 10,000 people, depending on which country or city the parliament is held. So I highly recommend this to you. I want to tell you that if you attend, your life will not ever be the same. Today, we will celebrate and enjoy World Religion Day at the Highland Center, with the knowing that all paths that lead to God are right and good. I invite you to please attend. And as we go, may we give exhilarating praise and thanksgiving to the Infinite for the joy of living in a wonderful world. Namaste.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They're like much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Ooh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Joy. That was a wonderful message. And yeah, I hope one of these days to go to the Parliament of World Religions. And there was a Unitarian in on that first one, Reverend Jenkins Lloyd Jones. So, you know, your Unitarian history fact for today. I hope you were singing, because I thought of that as our closing hymn, really. So if you weren't singing, feel free to sing it on the way home or on the way to World Religion Day. These are the words of William Gardner. We all have two religions, the religion we talk about and the religion we live. It is our task to make the difference between the two as small as possible. Thank you all for being here today in this lovely weather, and I hope to see you this afternoon.
the darkness don't let you sleep, I'ma hold you close. And when the space is all you need, I can let you go. And if the spark in your eye goes out, I can be your glow, bringing you home, yeah, bringing you home. I see your hurt, I feel your pain. All of our dirt is washed in the rain. I've walked that road, I felt that shame. No place is home, but times they are changing. This is our sanctuary, we can find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary, you are safe with me. This is our sanctuary, we can find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary, you are safe with me. When the race starts to take its toll, you can slow me down. We both know that the world's turned cold, and I just need you now. Keep holding on. You'll see my hurt, you'll feel my pain. All of our dirt is washed in the rain. You've walked that road, you felt that shame. No place is home, but times they are changing. This is our sanctuary, we can find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary, you are safe with me. This is our sanctuary, we can find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary, you are safe with me. You are safe with me. We share this hurt, we share the pain. All of our dirt is washed in the rain. We walked that road, we felt that shame. But times they are changing. You are safe with me. This is our sanctuary, we can find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary, you are safe with me. This is our sanctuary, we can find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary, you are safe with me. 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 'Cause this is our sanctuary.